I'm a regulator, yes. I worked as a national coordinator in the area of addictions, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, gambling. So my worry was that it became big in Europe, and the underage young people started using it as well. So, but because I am against prohibition, and the World Health Organization did some research on kratom and said we don't think that it poses high risks, so it should not be banned. So we said, okay, let's regulate it. So through that, I started learning about what is kratom and how it's produced, and I want to see the example of regulated substance rather than ban or rather than have it free without any control. I learned it because our underage kids in our country started using it, and there was some kind of a social worry. So I started learning about the outcome of the World Health Organization, and then I met some people, because I know Thailand for some time, and I met some people here, so we talk about it. So I come from different perspective. Yes, I come from the perspective of regulator, but I don't think that prohibition helps. I think regulating substances such as kratom can help. As we know, all this type of substances have some risks, but also some benefits. So we know that it has benefits, and then I started meeting also some people who work in traditional Thai medicine. So I have more information now about the medical possibility of kratom, which seems that can be quite useful. I keep coming back to my government role, as my work is regulating. But of course, as I said, I learned that it has some traditional medical use. When I know that it works with diabetes, it seems that it's working with diabetes, as all these kind of substances work with as a substitution. What's happening in Europe, but that's the benefit that I see for Europe if we regulate it, is that it's a substitution for alcohol. So people who use kratom and had alcohol problem started using alcohol less, which if we compare the risks between alcohol and kratom, the alcohol is always more risky. I do believe that the Southeast Asian medical experience, whether it's China, whether it's Thailand, Vietnam, has something to give to Europe in this matter. So I think it would be useful to look into it from the scientific point of view. So I'm planning to put together some scientific conference in June in Prague. How are we going to regulate it? We're not going to regulate it as medicine. We're going to regulate it as a substance that people use, but not as medicine. We created a new category because we had food, medicines. Now we have psychomodulatory substances, which is not about benefits. It's about people wanting it. So we want to allow them to have it. So we don't want to criminalize it, but we want to regulate it. But as we go along with it, we see that it has also some benefits. But our initial reason for regulating was to find some middle way of allowing people using it and having it a little bit regulated but not prohibited. Yes, it's becoming very popular in Europe. Of course, for years or decades we know about Chinese medicine, but it's new now that we see that there are other, not only Chinese, but also Thai, Vietnamese. So yes, I see that as a big potential, and I think people are kind of tired of the traditional pharmacological companies. So this is like new possibility. People can learn about it, they can self-medicate. So this is very strong trend now in Europe. We created new category for products that are meant for human consumption. So far we had only food and medicines. Now we have psychomodulatory substances, which are substances which, according to our knowledge, pose lower risk but have some psychotropic effect. The law is there since 1st January, but effectively will be probably active from the 1st June, where kratom is going to be in specialized shops, where there's not going to be advertising allowed, and people cannot sell it to underage. Yes, that would be very nice to look at some government programs, university programs, research bodies, because all this type of traditional medicines can become a mainstream at some point, because if it's been used for thousands of years, probably some option to find why people use it and what is the benefit. So the research would be very helpful. Research would be good. I hope there's going to be some possibility in future that medical schools, but pharmaceutical faculties can work together. And what I'm very particularly interested is whether kratom can be a substitution for like a lower risk substitution for some addictions, such as other mild opioids or sleeping pills or alcohol. Of course, the high-level scientists will never recommend anything that is not properly researched. If it's traditional, they can accept that it might be helpful, but we don't know. But people want it. People in Europe are tired of these, medicines with long list of research studies, but and all in pills. But people want to try other things and don't want to be dependent on expensive pharmacological products. And the traditional medicine, we also have European traditional medicine. So it has some kind of renaissance in Europe, but because we have a globalized world, we know that some traditional medicines we used in our traditional way in Europe, but there are also other places in the world where in Latin America and Peru or Uruguay or places like that, they use something and we use something else, and you use something here in Thailand, and this knowledge together can be very beneficial. And people, I'm saying, people, it's driven by usual people. They want it. Yes, there might be some very interesting findings in medical development. What I'm saying is that we see it as a substituted substance. For example, for alcohol, because alcohol is a big issue in Europe. So people use different kind of alternatives. Kratom is one of them. It's important, but I'm sure there are possibilities of other medical benefits, but that's in future research. But this is still kind of at the beginning. That the domination of the Western pharmacological view is too strong. People feel that we should change it, and then we should look in other cultures, other traditions, bring it, use it, without being dependent on this kind of traditional European research-based pharmacological possibilities, let's say. And I hope it will push the companies that produce the so-called modern medical products, that they will look into it as well and realize that it can actually benefit.
Okay, thank you for the question you said today. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Welcome to Green Zone. We are Green Zone Thailand.